We get a trailer now? Alright. Now they're gonna take the wall. Quick march. The Imperials will soon come to their senses and we must be ready to face their retribution. You tell them, Pippin. It is almost time, Father. Aye, almost. Stand firm, Pippin. I learned to brace myself against the charge of the Bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me. Get him, Raubon. He's still only got the one arm. Man, get like a prosthetic. All that ancient Allegan technology. Very well, Ilberd. I will take our homeland back. Aw, that's sweet. For the both of us. My Lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports. Baelsar's Wall has fallen to the Eorzean Alliance. The hunt for Omega and the unknown Icon continues, though both yet elude us. My lord, their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction work? He asleep? Aye, forgive me, my lord. I did not intend. Your will be done. Unknown. My spies tell me the Domans call it Shinryu, and that it proved a match for Omega. Yes, the coming days promise to be most interesting. Most interesting. At the far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to the eastern skies and behold their crimson hue. A dawn of liberation, a gathering storm of blood. Beyond the Great Wall, Alphinaud is a man with a great deal on his mind. Surprised I didn't play the trailer. Or we just not gotten to it yet.
The question is, how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal? Oh, I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's Wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphinaud, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's Wall.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
The wall serves to demarcate Imperial territory, Alamigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
Indeed. And the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lys. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
This is all pretty obvious stuff.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, Lys's, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Of course I am! You know I'd like nothing more!
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
Of course. Well, it's not like I can choose to sit it out, right? No, we'll just skip this one.
Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there.
I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well.
I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming. But we will need someone to keep an eye on things. I trust you have no objections?
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
Yeah, let's go. Alright, let's do this. And we guess we go to the wall now. Still don't have a glowy sword though. I mean, I was working on getting one through Crystalline Conflict, but it's gonna take a while.
Ready, my friend? Well then. Tataru, I leave the Rising Stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
Is she not gonna stop my progress to make me another outfit?
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Gyr Abania?
Aye. The Alliance would have us make contact with the Alamigan Resistance as soon as possible.
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good. 'Tis but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant Told stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kozetsu and I to return to our master, to our home.
I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 mounds apart, our purpose is one. Let all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate, together. Just you wait.
I should like that very much. Fare you well.
A 1,000 moms apart, yet united in purpose. Let us pray both our endeavors meet with success. Shall we then? Up against the wall. Wait, not yet, not just yet. I knew I'd forgotten something important. Lise, could you come with me? She's always got to stop and make an outfit for somebody, right? Me, what, now? Alright then, if you insist. It's almost certainly going to be a new outfit, right? I'm not saying it's not useful. Never change, Tataru. Hey. I mean, you gotta dress the part, right? What do you think? As you can see, I designed it to be light and loose, an outfit tailor-made to the needs of a skilled fighter like Lise. Your work never ceases to impress. Much more of this, and I may have to stop introducing you as a Scion's receptionist and start referring to you as our preeminent seamstress. It's lovely, Tataru. Thank you. I feel like I could take on a legion. I'm glad you like it, and with that, I'll delay you no longer. Safe travels. Then onward to Gyr Abania. Our first stop will be Amarasso's Spire in the East Shroud. I don't know if I'm saying that properly or not. Don't particularly care. I know where we're going. All are present and accounted for. When you are ready, my friend, pray inform the officer that we wish to proceed into Gyr Abania. No, I talked to him first by accident. Ah, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. We were told to expect you. Shall I summon someone to escort you to the wall? Yeah, let's go. The Fringes. New map, new ether. Dun, 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 dun.
I remember crossing the border, standing in Gyr Abania once more. Me and my fellow Scions, the warrior of light among us. Behind us, Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning. But one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
Is Baelsar's wall named after Gaius? He's not Baelsar, right? Is it spelled the same? Stormblood. Finally. Greetings, Scions. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, I welcome you to Castrum Oriens. Thank you, General. We were relieved to hear that your forces secured the wall without incident. Have the Imperials made any attempt to retake the Castrum since? None, save for a few skirmishes between our scouts and their patrols. We've had barely any contact with them, but we all know it's only a matter of time before things escalate. As if attacking Baelsar's wall weren't enough, Ilberd summoned a primal right on their doorstep, and Garlemald is not like to let such shows of defiance go unanswered. 'Twas a declaration of war, even if it was not Ilberd's to make, and now we are bound by it, for weal or for woe. The Scions stand ready to serve, General. What would you ask of us? As stated in my message, the Alliance will not proceed without the support and cooperation of the Alamegan people. We would have you serve as our emissaries and make contact with the Resistance. Consider it done, General. We won't let you down, I swear. Then I'll leave it to you. Godspeed. Hey, Sid. Ah, of all the Castra in all the world, you walk into mine. Master Garland, what brings you here? He's probably looking for the weapon. A certain missing Allegan weapon and Draconic Primal, Omega and Shinryu. I think the Shinobi called it. Anyway, we've been studying their trail of destruction, hoping it might lead us somewhere, which it has singularly failed to do. Then 'tis like Omega fell to Earth in occupied territory, meaning it may already be in Imperial hands. Even so, it bears repeating that we engaged the stasis systems. Assuming the command was received and executed successfully, the weapon will be of no use to them, assuming we should hurry up and find it regardless. All the more reason to reach out to the Resistance. If we want to press on into Gyr Abania, we need their blessing. Everyone's counting on us. Let's not waste any more time talking. Alright. As you probably heard, there are plenty of factions in the Resistance, so I'm taking us to see one with the most influence. Their headquarters are located in a place called Rauger's Reach, an old temple to the east of here, across the Velodino River. I learned a route that should allow us to avoid Imperial patrols. Stick with me and we'll be there before you know it. Okay, so we're not going to be able to fly here. Alright. These takes the lead. Yeah, I'm going to pull up where all these ether currents are. I think they're all sort of en route. Though some of them are probably quest specific. Oh look, a fate. Should we do this fate? It's probably sort of a waste, right? I mean, we're already pretty leveled up. I mean, not like really, but we're not going to gain a bunch of levels from fates. Yeah, I mean, this is going to take a lot longer than I'd like it to. I don't think we're going to bother with that. Unless they come and attack me. There's like a lot of stuff out here then. Alright, we need our companion. We're going to give him... He should be getting some experience. We haven't been forced to fight anything in quite a while, so... I mean, the problem is, it's not like they give a bunch of experience. New enemies. Brand new experience. We'll fill our gauge up just in case we have to fight something along the way. Why not? Yeah. Just follow the road. Okay. Alright, Lise. Still with me. Good. From here, we'll head northwest towards the river. The water is not too deep, so we won't have to swim. I think there's an ether current south of here. I don't know if we can reach it yet, but we can try. There it is. We'll go and grab it. Get it before he hits us. Yeah. Okay, so we got one of them. Will that tell me how many I have to get now? Because it didn't show us earlier. Seems like there's quite a few. Okay, 4 I can find in the open, and 5 that are quest lines. I assume that's what these mean, right? 5 are quest lines, 4 out in the open. Yeah, the map looks like there's only 4 on it. So, it might be a while before we can actually complete it. But we'll pick up the ones along the way at least. Look, it's kind of a waste to stop and fight stuff if we don't have to, right? Seems to be a freight train going on. Oh, it's like right here. We should join this. We'll get some credit for it at least. Yeah, we'll get some credit. Well, that will do. We don't need to get like a lot of stuff to it. Yay! Well, we can't join the whole train. We don't have enough of the map open, so... But to catch one like this is pretty nice. But I didn't get much for that. I did get an achievement. It counts as an A rank mark. It's only an A rank though, so we'll get plenty of those later. Okay, where are we at? I want to get this marker off my map. Okay. I would say that's lucky. Oh, there's another one. Can I get there from here? It's like way on the other side. Okay, well, we're not here to join a hunt train, so... I mean, we will at some point, but... Let's go ahead and get through this first. I mean, I don't know how far along we're going to get today. We're going to try and at least get through the first dungeon, I would think, right? I can level people up through that. I don't see any soldiers. Good, let's cross. You're wondering about the tower to the south? Is that gonna be the first dungeon? It's part of Castellum Velodina. That's what the Imperials decided to call the old bridge after they fortified it. I call it a great big eyesore. Honestly, you can see that rotten banner from absolutely miles away. They never miss a chance to rub our noses in it, do they? Come on, we should keep moving. So that's probably going to be the first dungeon, huh? I would assume. Can't say for certain, but... Yeah, I think there's an ether current around there, too. There's usually a few along the way. I don't think that was always the case, but it seemed to be the case in Heavensward. Spinners. Hey, we can just outrun stuff. And we don't have a riding map, but we have tombstone gear. We should be good until like the late 60s. Yeah, there it is, right there. We'll only fight the stuff we have to. Like if this thing comes after us, we might have to fight it. Which way did we go around this? Or do we go up? No, we'll go up. We can always jump down. I don't see them. I see the marker, but I don't see the people. Dusdara. Oh, it's quite a bit further a ways. All right. We're here. On the other side of this pass is Ralger's Reach. So you say, but all I see are rocks. I presume there's some sort of trick to this? Oh, she can see the ether, right? Indeed, a glamour. Good eye, Y'shtola. Well, that's rude. I take it they have a talented mage in their ranks, or mayhap an artificer trained in the modification of glamour prisms? Something like that. The important thing is that it fools the Garleans. Oh, before we go in, I don't know if Tataru told you, but my friend Nago, the messenger who came to the Rising Stones, is a member of this faction. So they know us, and they shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy, so let me lead the way, and don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. Yeah, don't murder the friends, right? Is this going to be our new hub city? I assume there'll be two. If they're sending us to, like, both places. And with a sprinkle of demasking dust, all is laid bare. And that must be a beast tribe? Or is that mark the dungeon? I don't know. I don't want to spoil myself. We'll just go through it and see. Let's not look too far into it.
I remember the old stories. How the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth with a single blow. Ralger's Reach, a holy place and a fitting home for the Resistance, for the brave and the true, the loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo. They were waiting for us there, men and women whose souls still cried out for what was lost, for what could be ours again.
Alright. Okay, so this is like Idleshire. And I'm assuming the actual hub city is going to be towards the end of the expansion. I guess when we go to the other continent. Alright, let's finish this quest. You'll forgive us our precautions, but we couldn't be sure who had crossed the barrier. We see you now for who you are, though, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. The promise of a new beginning. Conrad knows the purpose of your visit and would like to give you a proper welcome. Oh, that's nice. Now, I know you would not have come all this way unless you had something important to discuss, and I'm eager to hear what it is you have to say. But let's not do this on our doorstep, eh? Come with me. I'm guessing that level 60 quest I can't take. It just unlocks. That might be for the dungeon, huh? Is it gonna be like Dusk Vigil, where the first dungeon's actually optional? Like the peaks. We're not going to the peaks. Because the first dungeon in Heaven's Ward is level 62 and it's actually optional. But I mean, this one's like connected to town.
Allow me to welcome you once more to Ralga's Reach, our humble headquarters. My name is Conrad Kemp, and I have the dubious honor of overseeing operations here.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Master Kemp. I am Alphino Leveilleur of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, as are my comrades. Before I speak of our purpose here, pray allow me to thank you for sheltering Ida, forgive me, Lys, and Papalimo at great risk to yourselves.
No, there's no need for that. They risked their necks for us enough times. 'Twas the least we could do.
I wanted to, I mean, about the mask and...
Don't fret over that. You're not the first person to take up arms against the Empire under a false name. We'd do the same if we had any sense.
He's not wrong.
My condolences for your loss, child.
Papalimo laid down his life to save us, to give us a chance to make a better future for ourselves. There will never be a better time to drive the Garleans from our lands. But we have to take the lead on this. We can't leave it to fanatics like Ilberd.
More than a few of our people were taken in by his promises. Followed him all the way to the wall. Good men and women who never came back. When Monago told us what had happened, how the bastard had made sacrifices of them for his twisted ritual, by Rolger it filled me with an unholy fury. But what's done is done. Best we can do now is see that it wasn't all in vain.
That is why we are here today, sir, to see that some good comes of this tragedy. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, we do hereby extend a formal offer of military assistance to the Alamegan resistance.
Do you now? Well, go on then. I'm sure there's more to it than that. So that's the way of it, eh? The Alliance, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation with the superior forces of the Empire, wishes to engage them by proxy with our vastly inferior ones. My comrades and I must confer on your proposal. A moment, if you please.
Of course, Master Kemp. Take all the time you require.
Now what Reach long and prosper. A haven for the bold. Alphinaud is pondering how best to make use of your leisure. Yeah, see, all of this stuff is less than what I already have. That was probably useful when you first played through. So it would seem we find ourselves with a surfeit of free time. Ah, forgive me. You are free to look around Ralga's Reach. In fact, I would encourage you to do so. It'll give you a better grasp of our current circumstances. Thank you, Master Kemp. I believe we will do just that. Let us make the most of this opportunity and assess the Resistance's capabilities. Free to poke our noses wheresoever we will, eh? I like the sound of that. Well, I already know this place inside out. I can show you around if you like. Great, let's get started. I bet you think the Resistance is mostly made up of Alamegan Highlanders like me, but the truth is that we don't even account for half. You've got Hell's Guard from all the way over by the Spine in here, and plenty of Seekers of the Sun like Nago. There's even some Beastmen, well, Beast women, I suppose. Like that one over there, she's an Ananta. They've been with us for a while now. Well, one of the smaller factions has, the rest won't have anything to do with us. We're no different from the Garleans to them. They keep to themselves, spending all of their time crafting. Ananta make the most amazing jewelry, by the way. They use magics to twist metals and crystal in a shape you wouldn't believe. It's a pity people hardly ever get to see their work, but then most don't even know they exist. That's enough about them, anyway. Let's take a closer look at the statue of Ralga, shall we? Is that what you're talking about up here? Oh, it's like a snake lady. Okay. We've got plenty of friends who are beast people. We finished all the tribal quests up until now. Some of them multiple times. Pretty awe-inspiring, isn't it? The Breaker of Worlds, who guided our ancestors to these lands all those centuries ago. Ida used to tell me the story on stormy nights. She wanted me to understand, to remember. At the end of the 5th Astral Era, when the waters rose higher and higher, people all across Eorzea beseeched the heavens for a sign, and lo, a burning star appeared in the eastern sky and led the way to these mountains of Gyr Abania. They who were saved by his grace pledged to honor and revere him, to devote themselves to great works without and within. The storm of blood approaches fast. Hell's open, heavens weep, for no one soul doth lie beyond the measure of his reach. That last part was inscribed on the stone by a monk of the Fist of Ralga. Ida explained it to me. A day will come bringing strife and sorrow that none may escape. Waste not these precious hours, but in quiet preparation make strong the body and mind. I don't know if that storm of blood is finally upon us, but if it is, I have to believe that everything we've been through, everything that has led us to this point, will see us through in the end. Ah, sorry, that was all a bit melodramatic, wasn't it? Let's keep moving, shall we? Off to the infirmary. Yes, lovely awe-inspiring statue. Now let's go see sick people. A resistance movement. I assume they have quite a few infirmed. This is the infirmary. As you can probably tell, here's where the resistance healers patch up the wounded and tend to the sick. No matter how carefully we planned our operations, casualties were inevitable. It's a sad thing to think about, but it's also important to remember the cost, as Conrad would say. We should go. I'll show you the Aetheryte Plaza next. And you're already attuned to that, so... Skywatcher. At least I don't have to run everywhere. When you've seen one Aetheryte, you've seen them all, right? Not quite. This one's an older design, dating back decades to when the Fist of Rhalgr was still here. It may look a little different, but it works just as well as any other. I'll show you where the Sutlers are next, but don't forget to attune to the Aetheryte before we go. Yeah, it looks mostly the same. Arms, armor, potions, you name it. These folks have got it. The Resistance would be in a bad way without brave merchants to keep it provisioned. If you're short on anything or you need something repaired, these are the people to speak to. Oh, Alpha Node and Alizé are here. Why don't we see how they're getting on? Okay, what should we get? They're all the same eye level. None of them are... I got so much material right now. Yeah, we'll go Pugilist Monk Samurai. Alizé is nodding approvingly at the Sutlers. Come to take the measure of our friendly neighborhood merchants? They're a bold lot, that much is plain. If the Imperials find out they were peddling their wares to the Resistance, they would be lucky to escape with their lives. 'Tis a gamble, aye, and I admire their courage, but their motives could hardly be said to be altruistic. Ah, here you are. I've been looking all over for you. We finished discussing your proposal and we're ready to receive you all back at the tent. I've sent someone to fetch Stola and Kryl, so if you'd like to follow me. That was quick. It was this close. Okay.
Thank you all for waiting. We have reached a consensus. I, Conrad Kemp, do hereby accept the Eorzean Alliance's proposal. You must understand, however, that our cooperation comes with certain caveats.
Those caveats being...
I take no joy in this, just so you know. Were it within my power, I'd offer you more assistance. But the Resistance is far more fragmented than you realize. The men and women in my care belong to but one of many factions.
Well, we're gonna have to go round them all up.
Simply put, I can only speak for the people of Rhalgr's Reach. Now, I have every intention of appealing to the others, and I expect many will agree, but it will take time, and I cannot guarantee universal support.
Understood. I shall see that the Alliance is under no misapprehensions as to your position.
Much obliged.
But that's not the whole of it. As you can imagine, the loss of those who cast their lot with the Griffin left us short on numbers. Some of our most trusted veterans died at the wall, and we've had to fill their posts with the young and inexperienced. Frankly, everything's in a right bloody mess.
Oh, we'd be more than happy to help you get back on your feet. If we're going to work together, we'll be doing ourselves a favor.
Well, there's no shortage of work to be done, that's for sure. We're in dire need of new blood, too.
Ishtola and I could lend a hand in the infirmary. From what I saw, they could do with a few more healers.
Very well. I, for my part, shall return to the Rising Stones. I'm certain there are others among the Scions who would welcome the opportunity to fight for Alamegan liberation.
Is there anything else we can do to help?
I had something else in mind for you lot. Monargo and Mefrid will tell you more.
Understood. We won't let you down.
All right. Right then, Nago and Mefrid are to be our keepers. Knowing naught of what they require, one task is as good as the other. Make your choice. Oh, I guess, it's like in Heaven's Word, where I had to pick between the two brothers, and they both sent me in just in different directions, but ultimately you have to do them both. Your Aether Compass may now be used to locate ether currents in new regions. The Ether Compass can be found under Collection in the Duty section of the main menu. Yeah, of course not. I don't suppose it matters. Mefrid cannot help but wonder if you remember who he is. At the risk of repeating myself, it's still hard for me to believe that we'd meet again here, of all places, though I reckon you probably don't remember me after all this time. Yeah, of course, sure. I'm impressed, given everything you went on to accomplish. You'd be forgiven forgetting all about your time in Quarrymill. Suffice it to say, we didn't forget about you either, nor the lives you saved. As for me, I went to Little Alamigo while Galleon was recovering. Gundabald was my former commander and an old friend, and I had a lot on my mind. In the end, I decided to disband our unit. I told the men to live their lives as they saw fit. Some chose to remain in Little Alamigo, and others went to Ul'dah for work. But as you can see, I chose to come back to Gyr Abania and join Conrad and the others. I've kept busy since then, ferrying people and provisions across the border and back. It's not been easy, but it's been fulfilling. Today, however, we'll be heading east into the peaks. Conrad thinks we might have luck finding new recruits in the village of Alagana. Alagana? If you're going there, you're taking me with you. Now that's right, you're from Alagana, aren't you, Lise? By all means, we'd welcome the company. There'll be more to it than just asking around, but we can talk about it on the way. Make your preparations and meet me by the tunnel to the peaks. Okay, so I guess we're going to the peaks. Should I pick up the other quest too, or is it going to send me in a wholly different direction? I mean, I would have to come back, wouldn't I? Or should we just do the one at a time? I think she would like to say. We'll pick it up. A friend of a friend in need. Before we begin, I'd like to thank you and the Scions again for patching me up after I bled all over your floor. I owe you my life, and I won't forget that. Furthermore, it was rude of me to run off without saying a word. It's all well and good me claiming my duties here couldn't wait, but a parting thank you was the very least you deserved. My apologies. And thank you. Now, to business. Commander Kempson trusted me with formal reply to be hand-delivered to the Alliance leadership. It covers everything we discussed, as well as detailing the disposition of our forces. What I need is an escort, 1 or 2 men at most, so we can make it to the wall swiftly and without attracting undue attention. Very well, I shall join you in this. General Alden commands the forces at Castramorians. It should be simple enough to see it to his hands. Great, that's just what I wanted to hear. When you're ready to depart, meet me at the pass leading out of the Reach. This tunnel will take us all the way to the peaks. We're on a mission for Conrad to Alagana. Clear the barricade, if you would. Aye, sir. Shouldn't take more than a moment. Not much of a barricade, if that's it. There are more villages there than out here, but also more Imperials keeping a close eye on things. We'll need to tread carefully. We're going to a new area. Let's check it out. The peaks. Looks like there's 4 and the rest are tied to quest. No. So let's go. New area.
I remember the peaks of Gyr Abania. Silent watchmen that would stand long after we were gone. We came seeking allies to join us in the fight against the Empire. People who had had enough. People who had suffered every possible indignity. Who had been treated like animals, day after day after day.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so we're at the peaks. How big is this area? This one looks pretty sizable. 2 aetherites. We've a glamour in place here too, as you may have noticed. So far as the Imperials are concerned, this is not more than a testament to the savage impulses of a lesser race. Remember though, once we leave these ruins, we'll have no glamours to conceal us. The village is to the east. Keep watch for patrols as we move. Wow, the music's really loud. All right. The last forest. New location. I do not remember this guy from Quarry Mill. Narian Imperial in sight. That's a mercy. Alagana's due east past that bridge. Follow me, it's not much further. It looks like the butterflies in the Lost City of Amber 4. Hard mode. And grasshopper. Oh, this is the right way. Without a map, I can't really tell if I'm going to run into a dead end or not. Avoid what we can. We're not going to gain much experience, like fighting stuff. Get it from dungeons like everything else. Frightened villager. You can rest easy, we made it. This is Alagana. It feels strange coming home like this. I always imagined it would be... Oh, sorry, that has nothing to do with why we're here. We need recruits. Aye, we do, but as I said back at the Reach, it's a little more complicated than just asking for volunteers these days. As you know, we're short-handed because many of our people were taken in by the Griffin's promises and went to the wall never to return. Wasn't just them, though. Folks from all over, including some of my former comrades, answered his call to arms. As for why we came to this particular village, it's rumored that Alagana lost a few youths as well. If there's truth to that, and there could be others sympathetic to the cause. Then again, after the Griffin's betrayal, it may be suspicious of outsiders claiming allegiance to the Resistance, and rightfully so. So with all that in mind, how are we supposed to convince them to join? I mean, I knew it wouldn't be as simple as giving a speech in the village square. Not if you didn't want the place to be burned to the ground, no. You might as well piss in the Viceroy's eye. We'll need to be a good deal more circumspect than that. You never know. You never know when an Imperial spy is listening. We must speak with the Elder first. I know for a fact he can be trusted. We'll listen to what he has to say and decide what to do after. Sounds like a plan. Let's hope there are still some brave men and women here willing to fight. Okay. Meffred would like to introduce you to the village elder. Ragnfrid, the village elder, is over by the shore. No time like the present. Let's have a word. Oh, he looks just like the other guy. Don't you know, traveler? You don't know you, traveler. You a merchant? You'll not find much custom here. Greetings and well met, Elder, and sincerest apologies that I did not send word ahead of our arrival. Too long have I been away from Alagana, and I would know of your recent troubles. Ah, you are comrades of Meffred, I see. I see. Speak on, though I suspect I know your purpose. The Griffin came with many men, and left with many more. Such is the rumor, is it true? He lit a fire in their hearts and then dangled a dream before their tired eyes, and now you come to steal away what few remain. The Griffin was a traitor and a madman, and we had no part in his schemes. We have made an agreement with the Alliance. This time it will be different. This time, cold comfort to the dead and the ones they left behind. How much more must we give before you've had your fill? But surely you hate the Empire as much as we do. They took our lands, our traditions, even our God, and they demand a fifth of what little we've got left. I hate the bastards with every fiber of my being. But hate's not enough, Meffred. We can't keep doing this. I'll not tell anyone you came, but you need to go. Now, leave us be and never return. He seems like the open-minded sort. You got no right to speak to us like that. I've got a quarry that was producing barely enough to keep us fed, and that was before half our young men and women went off to die for your bloody cause. So yes, I've got every right to tell you to leave my village. No, you don't, because it's my village too, my home. What in the hell's are you on about? Wait, I know those eyes. You're one of Curtis's girls. Lise Hext, and I'm here to take back my homeland. Rauga, the last time I saw you, I didn't even know if you were still alive, and I never thought you would come. I almost didn't, and my sister never will. Lots of others won't either, and that's why we've got to carry on the fight. You even sound like him. As you say, I've got no right to tell you to leave. Alagana is as much your home as it is mine. But I say to you again, we can give no more. Yes, I heard you the first time. Let's go. Yes, let's go. It wasn't exactly all sunshine and rainbows. I understand. Guy's been like fighting a resistance for 20 years. He's just trying to keep his village afloat. Like, he's not like a resistance leader, right? Like, he's just like the village elder. He's like, hey, stop killing our kids, you know? That could have been handled better, but what's done is done. At least we've been granted permission to stay. I was hoping Ragnfrid might help us recruit some of his people, but that clearly isn't going to happen. If we're to convince any of them to join, we'll first need to regain their trust. It's risky and it's hardly subtle, but I say we approach the villagers directly, see what problems they've got, and if we can do anything to help. No, yeah, it's like talk to 5 villagers sort of thing. Makes sense to me. Let's split up and ask around. playing 3 major jobs through this expansion, maybe more, who knows. We'll play the 2 that are added, and then Monk, because, like, they come from Alameda. Griseldis is here, but her mind is elsewhere. You'd best keep your distance if you know what's good for you. Say your piece and move on. Looking for folks down on their luck. Congratulations, you found one. As you can see, my leg ain't what it used to be. Some days I can hardly walk for the pain. Mornings are the worst, especially after cold nights. Hard labor's right out. Too much pain and trouble for others. There's a tea what helps with it, though I'd need to grind a chipuli horn and a hornbill talon for the blend. Hey, you'll go and get some for me just like that? You needn't trouble yourself, so. I was like, go slay some stuff. Hey, we'll pick up the other ones in case we gotta go kill a bunch of stuff. 1 of each isn't bad. Angry Curl regards you with suspicion. Death by 1,000 rocks. A new face in Alagana. Huh. What would you ask of me then? A stranger and a generous soul besides? Bollocks. That's not more suspicious than a good Samaritan. No doubt. On the other hand, if you were an Imperial agent, I'd expect you'd go about your business with more discretion. Bugging me, you really are here to help, aren't you? Very well, I'll take you up on your offer, stranger. My little brother's working the ROPS by Grim and Enid. He's got something for me. Can you go and get it? Right then, Frightened Curl is his name. Ask him for the leftovers. He ought to understand. Is that it? I guess that's it. Okay, so we just go back. Okay. Well, I guess we go take care of this then. Alagana. Gehenna Lord. Where is my companion? Did he disappear already? I'm wasting my curio route. How are you on experience? I had to get another Thavnarian onion pretty soon. Okay, that's one down. Guess a hornbill is some kind of bird. Show me on the map. Chipuli. Hornbill. It's a Fluterini. We're not gonna just stop and kill everything. Yeah, it's probably that thing, right? Looks like the Anzus. Alright, Frightened Curl. Here for the leftovers, are you? Not like my brother to send someone in his stead, but so be it. It's all in the sacks over yonder. They're bleeding heavy, mind, so be careful when you pick them up. Unconscionably heavy sacks. Yeah. Is that it? And then we'll just go back. Okay, we'll just teleport real quick. Yeah, Hunter Gill, we got that. Alright. Here's your unconscionably heavy sacks. Ah, the new phase. You have my leftovers? That must be the quarry. Huh. Well, I'll be. You actually went and brought the whole lot. Much obliged, much obliged. It's saltpeter for making fire sand, in case you're curious what it's all for. The rocks by the lakes have got good deposits. It ain't hard for my brother to pass for any other plodding quarryman, all the while sweeping bits and pieces off to the side to bundle up and sell to the sutlers what trade with the resistance. It's a living and way of fighting back besides, our way of spitting in the Garlean's eye for putting our father in an imperial uniform and shipping him off to some faraway province 15 years ago. Don't know if he's dead or alive even, though if he were alive, he'd not be long for this world if we were caught fighting for the resistance, so this is the best we can do. That's the long and short of it. We do what we can, though we know it's not enough. I think you'll find that most folks here ain't much different. Everybody's got a reason, but in the end the result is the same. I suppose I just wanted you to know is all. That we know why you're here, and that even if we can't join you, we wish we could. Big old sack of rocks. You've been gone a while. What brings you back to Alagana? Oh, I never meant to. I mean, in times like these, you never think people will actually... This country is hard on people, but it's not just that. The Imperials, they've made it known I'm not to be helped. A dead man's good for one lesson, you know, whereas a live one... You're with the Resistance, right? I suppose there's no reason not to tell you then. My father, God's rest his soul, was deathly sick at the time, and so I'd gone out into the forest, spear in hand, to gather herbs, and then I had the good fortune to run into an Imperial patrol. My weapon marked me as a rebel, or so they said. Not that it had made a difference if I'd fought back. I knew what a lot of them were about the moment that Centurion laid eyes on me. Didn't matter in the end, of course. Some people just like to hurt others, and by the time I limped back to the hut, it was too late for my father. Too late for me, too, and many others, I imagine. Help them, too, if you like. They'll be grateful and say thank you, but beyond that, I wouldn't hope for much. We'll help what we can. That's what we do. Save the world and help people. Carry sacks of rocks. Mefford is hard at work trying to win over the villagers of Alagana. Ah, there you are, Zillia. I've been trying to help the villagers deal with this food shortage of theirs. Recently, the Imperials have been swooping into villages unannounced and seizing supplies in order to prevent the people from stockpiling, in case they might be in league with the Resistance. It's not much, but I've taught them a few tricks to better hide what little they've got left. How's Elise getting on, by the way? You'd think people would be more inclined to trust a local girl, assuming they remember her, that is. No, I didn't mean to. And where were you these past 20 years? Where were you when we were being ground under the Black Wolf's boot, on the other side of his bastard wall, living the high life, I'll wager? That's not fair. Oh, and who's this? Another one of your freedom-loving friends, deigning to help us poor unfortunate souls? Trying to whip us into a frenzy so we'll go and storm a castrum with our pickaxes and shovels? Leave, all of you, before you bring a cohort down on us all. And you, don't you dare speak like you're one of us. You can't even begin to understand what we've been through. You weren't here, Lise. You weren't here. This is my home, and I love it with all my heart, and if you truly have any love for it too, you'll keep us out of your doomed rebellion. He has a point. No matter what I say or do, it doesn't change the fact I left him behind. And this isn't about me or anyone else. It's about Alamigo. Let's go and find Mefford. Mefford. I'm gonna take a break here in a minute, so I can get a snack. Looks like the Elder wasn't the only one unwilling to hear us out. Can't blame them, given what happened at the wall. I thought I might be able to appeal to them as a fellow, I don't know. But if anything, I just made them angrier. I haven't lived through it like they have. I can't claim to know the struggle like they do either, Lise. I ran too, eh? But if I hadn't, I'd never met Zillia or the rest of you, and we might not be here today in a position to make a difference. So I don't regret my choices, nor will I apologize for them. There's more than one way to fight. Help, someone, anyone, we need help. I don't like the sound of that one bit. Come on. Is the Empire gonna make my job easy? They're gonna just like start bullying people. We're Crata, he, the Tributum, and the bloody rat men, they, damn it all. You there, take a deep breath and tell us what happened. It was all business as usual. The Tributum's due soon, and we were taking it, the Tributum, to the Imperials when the Kikiran attacked. They took my brother and our money. Took him where? Ruins to the south of here. It was just an old temple before they came, and listen, Wakrata's the only family I've got left. If I lose him, the Ziggurat? If the Ratmen took him there, he's as good as dead. We've got to go after them. If there's even a chance our brother is still alive, we have to try. Yep. We save people, that's what we do. Like, save and murder. Like equal parts. Saving and murdering. You're right, Lise, we've got to help them. If not for the missing man, then for the Tributum. The Garlands won't suffer excuses if they're late. Midford understands that you must act quickly to save Wakrata. Color of Angry Kirkin. So Wakrata is being held somewhere at the Ziggurat to the south, which has been taken over by a host of Kikiran bandits. That about covers it then. Be prepared for a fight. They may not be the most challenging foes, but there's sure to be a lot of them. Like a straight shot down. Can I just go south? Instead of going around everything like I did last time. Dust. Arrow. Like another little town. Like a merchant and mender. Okay. Looks like that might be the only way in. It's hard to tell without all the map open. And I can get there from down here. But like the guys are all on that side, so we'll just go this way. Blood glider. I mean, I don't know what's sight and what's proximity, so we'll just try and avoid as many as we can. I'm sure we'll have to kill a few. Please, let me go. I'm begging you. I don't want to die. Yeah. Hear that? I think it came from the top of the ziggurat. Who dares come to loot our man flesh? Ours to eat, ours to eat. We knew it'd come to this. Kill them quick before they alert the others. They look more rat-like in A Realm Reborn, didn't they? They look more dog-like here. Guess I gotta go up the tower, so we're gonna have to kill some of these. Just do what we have to do. Really hoping we'd have a dungeon by now, but I don't guess. See all the way at the top? Can we get around this guy? Yeah, that's where the ether current was. Defeat Gnasher. Nice. The gnashing of teeth. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Alright. We're Krata. By Rauga, what did I ever do to deserve this? I've gone to bed hungry for months. I'm skin and bones. I'd hardly make a snack, much less a meal. Oh, you found him. Wait, are you here to rescue me? Your sister sent us. It's going to be all right. My sister. Oh, Rauga be praised. She's safe. And you lot fought your way in here just for me? To think there are still good, brave folk in this world. We should go before the Kikiran return in force. Do you still have the tributum? Oh gods, the tributum. The Imperials will be wondering where I am. I have to go. What, right now? In your condition? You don't understand. We were given a warning last month for being short. If I don't make it in time, there's no telling what will happen to me and my sister. I'm glad we saved him, but seeing him run off like that, I've got a bad feeling about this. Mace has never been one to ignore her conscience. The Black Wolf's pups. Listen, Zilly, Meffred, I think we need to go after Werkrata. Wait, you had better not be thinking of stopping him. You heard what he said. If they don't pay one way, they'll pay another. I know that, I do, and I don't want to interfere. I just want to see that he makes it there safely. If that's the sum of it, then fine. Let's head down and see if we can't pick up his trail. Let's see if we can just jump off from up here. It's a ziggurat, it's got like steps, right? And we'll survive. Whee! We'll survive unless we get attacked. Okay, where is he at? Withered flowers. Upon closer inspection, you find nothing of interest. Well. There's more over there. Is there more over here? It just takes time to fight stuff. Most of it's just not worth it. Do what we have to do. If they attack me, then they just ask for it, right? Upon closer inspection, you find nothing of interest. Follow us all the way to here. Chocobo feather. That looks like it may be of interest. I figured we were close enough. In the dirt you spy a chocobo feather. Any luck? A chocobo feather, is it? Aye, by my reckoning it came from Werkrata's bird, in which case, there's a collapsed bridge just around the bend. Hug the rocks and stick to the shadows. We'll find him soon enough. Hug the rocks. Any minute now, I expect he'll come thundering around the bend and... Hear that? Get to cover, quickly now. Black Wolf.
Are they Imperials?
Worse. Skulls. Listen, Lise. Whatever happens, stay hidden and do not intervene. Understood?
What?
Skulls.
You there! Halt! You know you shouldn't be here. Explain yourself.
Forgive me, sir. I came to deliver the tributum.
Oh, aye. A likely story. Only a fool would dare to come so late. Or, mayhap, a resistance spy.
No, you've got it all wrong. I was waylaid by bandits. It's not my fault.
I said halt!
That'll halt him.
Is this a joke? You don't seriously expect us to believe this is a faith? How stupid do you think we are?
It is, I swear, on my mother's life.
Spare us. You came late, you lied about bandits, and then you tried to cheat the Empire of its due.
Think you can kill them all? Including the ones watching from the tower? Even if you did, others would come for him and his family. You'd be condemning them all to a life of hard labor. Assuming they didn't just execute them, that is.
But it isn't fair.
I'm the warrior of light. I feel like I could do something about this.
Your bloody fault we're stuck out here patrolling this godforsaken wasteland. It's your fault I have to listen to people go on and on about how Alan Egans can't be trusted. I've worked and toiled harder than any man. I'm a citizen, goddammit. And what are you? A stupid, stubborn little dog who'd sooner bite the hand that feeds him and pine for the good old days.
That's enough! Lord Xenos is expecting our report.
Well, if you kill him, he won't learn nothing.
I bet the poor bastard can't believe his luck. He gets to go home. We should do the same.
All right. Well, at least he didn't get killed, right? I'd heard their commander was keen-eyed, but gods, that was a near thing. It tears me up inside to see our own kinsmen doing the bidding of the Viceroy, but they made their choice, and if it comes to it, I'll cut down every last one of them myself. Jolt, enhanced jolt. I already had jolt, didn't I? Or was that jolt? Jolt 2, okay. Oh, we made it to 62. That's nice. What level is quest is this? Level 60 still. Okay, we'll switch to Samurai so he can get some levels. So... Nah, because I'm out in the open or whatever. Alright. Urkrata's alive and the tributum's been paid. That's all that matters for now. I, for one, would rather not wait around to see if the Skulls decide to return. We'd best get back to Alagana and tell Ragnfrid his men got the job done. $737. That's quite a ways. Let me see. Let me look it up on the map. Yeah, like that's way on the other side. We'll have to go to that later. But now we'll just teleport back. We can put a proper outfit on. 31 minutes on our EXP. There we go. Alright, it looks like we have some side quests opened up. We're not going to be taking any side quests at the moment, unless they offer ether currents. Now, we probably still should wait on that. Yeah, we should wait on that. I'm just going to continue with MSQ. We owe you a debt of gratitude for what you did. Urkrata told me everything, how you fought with the Kikiran and saved his life. For all the good it did, we saw what happened when he met with the Skulls, how they beat him half to death. We could have stopped him. I reckon you could. Mefred's a warrior, as is your comrade, and you're strong like your father. That much is plain. But I thank Ralgar you did not, because it would not have ended with them. Urkrata and his sister would have been branded insurgents, if not the whole lot of us. Bones heal, scars fade, but the dead remain dead. We're alive, and that's more than can be said, for only the gods know how many others. That's enough for you, is it? To put up with whatever they do to you so long as you get to see another day? That's right, you grit your teeth and you learn to live with the pain. I'll admit I was quick to judge you, Lys, and for that I apologize. I know you and yours mean well, I do, but I'm telling you, gods in heavens as my witness, that we've got nothing left to give. We can't help you. They're just broken. I understand. Thank you for your honesty. Hey. She may say it, but she doesn't mean it. Nor would I expect her to. Her father was stubborn as an ox too. If she's set on walking the same path, I but pray she won't follow it to the same end. Well, she took it better than I anticipated, which isn't saying much, I suppose. We should go and see if she's all right. I thought we should. Then mayhaps go and take the other quest line? Where the hell is she? That was way out on the other side of the fence. Alright. Sorry about running off like that. Alamegan's terrorizing their own. I just can't accept it, you know. No matter what he thinks, they shouldn't have to put up with it day after day after day. I'm not completely naive, you know. I didn't expect them to storm a castrum with their pickaxes and shovels or whatever it was, but nor did I expect Urkrata to just lie there in the dirt while they kicked him. I can't claim to know their pain. I barely remember this place or even my father's face. But I remember Ida's. I remember how scared she was when we ran, and that look in her eyes when she talked about home. Her home, but not mine, is it? There you are, Lys. I've been looking all over for you. Well, you found me. Got something else to say? Aye, that I do. I said some things to you before that I shouldn't. 'Twasn't my place to do so, and I'm sorry. All that rubbish I spouted about how I loved my village, but when one of ours was in need, I was cowering here with all the others. I didn't even think to go after Workrata, but you did. Made me feel like the bloody hypocrite I am. If I truly cared for my people, I'd fight for them. So I will, if you'll have me. You're asking to join the resistance? When you put it like that, I suppose I am. But not just me. There are others I know who've been thinking about it for a while now. There's not many of us, and we're not hardened warriors like you lot, but... if your heart bleeds for Ala Mhigo, then that's good enough for me. You and yours are more than welcome at Rauga's Reach. Thank you, sir. You won't regret this. I'll go and speak with the others and send word when we're ready. Still think this isn't your home? No, I was just thinking out loud. And with that, my friends, our mission is concluded. Let us return to the Reach. Alright, we can go do the other one now. I'm gonna go put some food in the oven first, though. Okay, we just... Rauga's Reach. I don't know, maybe I should wait until my mage gets a little higher. Because I could get my samurai probably to 62. Yeah, we'll go back to red mage for now. I mean, we got a better spell already. How far do we have to go? No, we're just gonna ride. We're gonna ride it out. I'm pretty sure this level 60 is a job quest. So, we're not gonna bother with that yet either. First of all, allow me to commend you both on a job well done. Though nothing went according to plan, we nevertheless managed to attract some new recruits, and it was your passion and conviction that moved them to join. Thank you. No, thank you for giving me an opportunity to find out what our people have been through these past 20 years. It's been humbling. And troubling, too. I'd heard about the skulls, but that was my first time I've seen them in the flesh. I know you say they're the same as any other Imperial soldiers, and maybe that's how I'll have to think of them myself if our paths ever cross on the battlefield, but... when, not if. That day will come, Lise. You can't afford to hesitate when it does. Young, old, conscript, citizen, Garlean, Ala Mhigan, none of that matters. They've all got their reasons, but they're no better than yours, especially when they're bearing down on you blade in hand. Saying that, I don't want to kill them any more than you do. If I could convince them to lay down their arms, I would. Sadly, I've never been much of a talker myself, but who knows? Maybe you could be one, Lise. Your father certainly was. Right then, I'd best begin preparing for these new recruits. Zilly Lise, it's been a pleasure. Yay! Now we have to go the other way. Codex, Planisphere, Red Mage, Foil. Still lower item level than the one I have. Okay, so we're gonna go take the next quest. Reach long and prosper. Sights of Crimson and Dawn. I'm just gonna stay on MSQ for right now. At least till we open up a dungeon or two. They're going to take a break here in a moment, so I can go put some food in the oven. It'll be just a moment for me to go throw it in, and then we'll take a break like a half hour later. I'm gonna go up. Ogre Ironheart. You on now? Another 20 minutes? Got everything you need? Good, then let us be off. The Fringes. Oh, we just go to the fringes? That's like just right outside here, right? Yeah, she's like right in the middle. Turn of 438 yalms to the southeast. Where are we looking? The fringes. It's like such a ways. We'll just continue on with MSQ for now. When we open up more of the map, we'll do the ether current stuff. Still so much left to do. How are we on inventory? This dollar. That looks like a hunt. Is that a hunt mark? No, it's just big. Okay. Yeah, okay, they're just big. Quiet, hear that? That was a ceruleum engine backfiring. Imperials! You gods, you have preternatural senses. I didn't hear a thing. When you grow up hunting in these lands, you learn to discern the sounds that could mean life and death, be they of a predator or a patrol. From what I'm hearing, we have a 7-man patrol augmented with single Magitech armor, wide search pattern divided into 3 teams. I don't think they know we're here. It's risky, but we should split up and try to take them all by surprise at the same time. We don't want them calling reinforcements. 3 teams, 3 of us, nothing for it, then where are they? Head north, you should see them long before they see you. I'll deal with the ones to the south. The armor should be just to the west. Should best equipped to deal with that. We attack in 5. That should be enough time to get into position. Rendezvous on the west bank after. Any questions? No? Then good. Luck. Good luck. Okay, then good. Luck. Good luck. Okay, well, I guess we're going this way. Gagana. Goofy bird. Stupid bird. Jolt. Okay, now back. Vapor, Coper. Who comes up with these names? I mean, Spinner, I get it. It's a spider. Spins a web. It looks like everything went to plan, not that I'm surprised. The 3 soldiers I faced didn't put up much of a fight. Most of the Imperials we get out here are conscripts from other provinces, with little training and even less conviction. It's grim work, killing men and women like that, but don't doubt that they'd do the same to you if the roles were reversed. And don't you dare pity a man in armor. Conscript or no, a soldier piloting one of those can kill a dozen good men in the blink of an eye. Not that I need to tell you that after what happened at the wall. Any of these look nice? Like glam-wise? No, they're all the same, just different colors. No, that's different. They're all dyeable. open this before my food's ready. Naga would like nothing more than to continue on to Castramorians. Signed, sealed, to be delivered. Right, I believe we've rested long enough. We should resume our journey before someone notices their missing patrol. Just cross the river. I'm just happy to be in a new area. I was on free trial for a long time, so... several months. We're clear. Only Alliance patrols ahead. You said the forces at Castramorians were under the command of Flame General Rabban Alden, did you not? By Ralga, the Bull of Alamigo himself? I never dreamed I'd have a chance to meet the legend. I mean, Rabban's a pretty big dude, I get that. I mean, didn't he buy the Colosseum with, like, the money he won from fighting in it? Like, and he's no warrior of light, but... they're not gonna follow me in town, are they? If I'd have known this quest was gonna be this quick, I would have come here first. Then again, there's probably more to it than this, so...
It is good to see you again, my friends. I hope you are here to tell me you have made contact with the Resistance.
We are, General. Allow me to introduce Monago of Rolga's Reach.
At your service, sir. And may I say what an absolute honor it is to stand before the Bull of Alamigo.
These are not the Blood Sands, girl. You and I are but soldiers on a battlefield fighting for the same cause.
As you say, General. On behalf of Commander Kemp of the Alamigan Resistance, I present to you our formal response.
Good. I'm glad we've reached an accord. Though I was not aware you had suffered such losses.
Aye. Some of our finest took part in the Griffin's doomed assault, and we've been struggling to find new recruits ever since. The massacres cast a pall over the whole Resistance, and many who might once have been open to joining us have since thought better of it.
After all of the Griffin's false promises, one can hardly blame them. They have no desire to give their lives for a lost cause.
We will not lie to them. This is war, and lives will be lost. Yet what we offer is not the fever dream of a madman, but true hope.
The people need proof of this, Father. Let us show it to them. I say we stand shoulder to shoulder with our new allies and engage the Garleans in open warfare. The Resistance must demonstrate that they can hold their own against Imperial regulars. And with our assistance, I am confident they can do just that. If we can achieve even a token victory, I believe it will serve to rekindle the hope of the Alamigan people and inspire them to rise up once more.
Griffin's a clever one.
Aye. Aye. Once word spread that we'd won a battle against the Garleans, I'd wager we'd have new recruits flocking to us from malms around. The question is, when and where do we strike?
I'm glad you asked. I have a plan.
Stop talking. Our scouts recently informed me of an interesting development at Castle Velladina, namely the arrival of a shipment rumored to have come from the research and development facilities near the capital containing prototype Magitech armor. It is our assessment that this armor is to be field tested here, most likely against Alliance forces, mayhap before the day is out. Damn it all, more Magitech weapons? It's the last thing we need. Your concern is not unwarranted, but we needn't despair just yet. The shipment is thought to have contained a single heavy unit and 1 or 2 support units. With a well-laid ambush, we are confident we can destroy them all, hindering their development and delaying future deployment. And should we carry this out as a joint endeavor with the Resistance, they will have their rallying cry. It would mean dropping all pretense about the Alliance not wanting to go to war with the Empire, but you'd have a lot more folk willing to stand up and fight if they knew they weren't alone. And you were going to have to do it eventually anyways. Exactly, and so what I propose is simple. We harry their patrols to bait them into bringing their prototype weapons to the east end where our Resistance allies will take them from behind. Simple indeed, and well within our capabilities. I see no reason to delay, especially if a field test is imminent. What say you? Assuming the Vice Marshal's intelligence is accurate, I agree with his assessment and fully support his plan. I shall notify my comrades at once. Understood. I shall have one of my men bring you the details of the plan anon. He's a clever one, but most of the Lalafels are schemers, right? And we, for our part, will be fighting with the Alliance. Yes, I somehow doubt you were intending to sit this one out. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. We've been careful to avoid needless shows of force this side of the wall, but that's all about to change, and when it does, you may be sure they'll send their new toys out to entertain us. I would ask you to participate in this operation, but from that look I see it is a foregone conclusion. My thanks. Per Pippin's plan, we need to turn East End into an Imperial graveyard. You're a dab hand at this, and I'd be a fool not to use you. Head to this spot on your map, right here, aye? Patrols should be along shortly. Deal with them, then rendezvous with the rest of us at this location. Okay, it's not far. We have an Imperial foothold, that's good. Alright. Let's go kill some Imperials. Okay, we need to re-up our EXP bonuses. When our inventory gets full, then we'll go do something about it. There's only 2 of them. I'll probably be quicker just soloing them down. Little chocobo take care of it. need to keep an eye on his EXP too. We don't want him not gaining levels he should be gaining. Okay, so we go around this way. It seems like it would be longer. There she. Battle music. Probably gonna have to kill this one. Move a little past him, see if he leaves me alone. Alright. All went to plan then. Good. Our scouts report that a unit escorting the prototype weapons has left Castellum Velodina. The resistance is already in position, so we have but to wait for our guests to arrive. Level sync. Best served with cold steel. If you were above the max. Okay, yeah, just level sync. Okay.
Things looked grim for us after Cartano, didn't they? Oh, how they doubted us. Yet here we are, right as rain, with fancy new toys to put through their paces. It's like all my name days have come at once!
This guy, I swear.
Well, 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 if it isn't Garland's little troublemaker. I can't wait to see the look on Xenos' face when I bring him your head. That is, if my secret weapons here don't grind it into mush! Attack!
He's pretty confident. Why did I cast sleep?
Get after them, damn you!
I don't know what I'm supposed to be focusing on. I'd assume it was this Magitech thing, but... Kill this guy. He's trying to snipe me. Wow, he's taking a lot of damage, isn't he? Am I wasting my time trying to kill this guy? Let's work on the machine. It seems to be taking a lot too. Send that out. More of them. Why do I keep hitting sleep? A healer, so yeah, see, he's up to something. Okay, we need to target this thing, huh?
You'll be weeping blood.
I was like targeted, but I couldn't target that thing. This is what I want to do.
Raw Tizona!
Is that him? It's blue. I thought it might have been like Raubon's. Yeah, it is Raubon's. What are they targeting me with? It's like this thing just seems to be taking like a ton of damage. That was one of those we just gotta get it somewhat down. He who fights and runs. What the? Who in the hells are you lot? For al amigo, let none escape. Oh yeah, that could prevent their escape. Yeah. Okay, there we go. We have them now. Forward. Oh, we got a DPS check here. Better go get some sword work in. I don't know how much I'll get in, but should be fine. Can't quite see with the thing in my way. Alright. Yeah, that probably would have been easier with the melee DPS. Not that it was hard, I just, you know.
Oh! Damn it all! Miracles of Magitech design, my arse! I've passed harder stools than these piles of scrap. You'll pay for this. Mark my words, the next time we meet will be the last.
Aye, run and tell your Viceroy. The day belongs to Al Amigo! Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah. Well done, all of you. I call this operation a resounding success. Can't say I'm surprised. The Bull of Alamigo had an impressive military record before he went west, as I recall. Credit where it's due, Master Kemp. 'Twas Marshal Terrapin who made this plan, and all of you, Resistance and Alliance alike, who carried it out to perfection. Aye, that they did. Not a single casualty, for which I am grateful beyond words. I've no doubt our comrades back at the Reach will feel the same. As will ours. My allergy. It's been a pleasure, General. Until the next battle. Nago, I leave the Scions in your care. We shall return to the Castrum then. Once more, you have my thanks, as Master Kemp said, until the next battle. I'd heard the stories, but to actually see you in action, I almost found myself pitying the Imperials. Seriously, though, it was inspirational. But you must be tired of hearing that, eh? I'll keep it simple then. Thanks for the help out there. Still not quite as high. We'll get it anyways, I suppose. Is my mic picking that up too much? I don't know. Nago is ready to return to Rauger's Reach. Gosh. Well, there's no reason to remain here any longer. Let's get back to the Reach. Let me just teleport. Let's see where... Okay. We're starting to fill up on stuff. Some of this I can sell, certainly. I don't know how in demand it is, being with level and everything. Yeah, I don't have any of them. All my crafters are like level 70 now. Just from like provisions and temple leaves. Report. It's like always stuff in my way. You didn't have to take part in the operation, but you did. You went above and beyond what was asked of you, without hesitation, and for that we owe you a debt. Our victory may not count for much in practical terms, but its symbolic value can't be overstated. Alliance and Resistance fighters came together to face an Imperial unit equipped with Garlemald's newest weapons and smash them. People will remember this day. Aye, that they will, for it marks the beginning of something far greater than any single victory, the beginning of a campaign by a united Eorzea to drive the Garleans from our lands. Promises and platitudes mean naught without action, but the Alliance took the field and risked their lives for our cause. To think that the last time Gridanian troops trod this soil was more than a century ago during the Autumn War, and that was to defend against our invasion. Ours is a long and bloody history, to be sure, and it gives me heart to see that despite our acrimonious past, we can still come together for the sake of the future. Well said, Commander, which is why I intend to go from the village to village and spread word of our victory and our new alliance. People will flock to our banners, just you wait and see. Zili Alizé, I cannot thank you enough for your assistance. I mean, like, I can't really use any of it, but... Conrad, let's see what you have to say now. Where men go as one. Conrad wishes to thank you for all you have done in such a short time. Owing to the efforts of you all, we have accomplished a great deal in a short time. The Resistance thanks you for your service, Scions. I see operations here have been proceeding apace in my absence. Welcome back, brother dearest. I take it your efforts to gather new recruits were successful? Indeed, there were several amongst the Scions ranks that were quite eager to take part in our joint endeavor with the Resistance, whom I am come to present. Commander Kemp, if I may, my name is Arenvald Lintonus, a half-breed, as you can doubtless tell. I'm here to fight for a free Alamigo, for an Alamigo where women like my mother are never made to suffer. I pray you grant me this honor. You are a true-born son of Gyr Abania, same as me. This is not my honor to grant, but yours to freely take. Welcome, brother. With our swelling ranks in the aid of the Eorzean Alliance and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, I believe we will soon be in a position to seize the initiative. Once our new recruits have received sufficient training, I will propose to General Alden that we draw up plans for an assault on Castellum Velodina. Then in the meantime, we will make what preparations we can. Okay. Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo.
Alliance forces have occupied Castrum Oriens and taken up positions along the length of the wall. Our patrols have engaged their reconnaissance parties on site, but there have been no significant exchanges, save one. A unit tasked with field testing prototype Magitech weapons was attacked. The weapons were destroyed, with the unit sustaining near total casualties.
Near total? Go on.
My lord, there was but a single survivor from the unit in question, which falls under my command. According to his report, they were ambushed by a contingent of Eorzean Alliance regulars, abetted by Resistance insurgents.
A simple ambush and only one survivor. A fine day's work. The stubbornness to survive is not without worth. He may live. However, the 12th is no place for the weak.
He shall be relegated at once, my lord. As you say, the 12th is no place for cowards who count their lives more precious than the cause.
Indeed, indeed.
We have no need of cowards.
Don't back up, coward.
My lord,
Cowards who defer critical missions to their subordinates, who hide within their castra, never meeting their prey in battle, never staring into the whites of their eyes. Why, when confronted with a heretofore unknown icon, did we surrender the wall to the Alliance? Because my honored father, in his infinite wisdom, has not seen fit to grant us leave to march on their lands. Accordingly, we have extended an invitation to our neighbors. Gyr Abania is where we shall host them. The field upon which we shall enjoy the sport of kings. Patience is paramount. Cornered animals may have spirit, but they are ultimately predictable and very poor sport. But if one dangles the promise of freedom before them while nipping at their heels to stoke their passion, then things become interesting. It is a delicate dance, one which asks much of my hands. And so I put the question to you, my fellow huntsman. How shall we deal with these savages?
My lord, I have a proposal.
Silence, Alamegan! You do forget yourself! Only by the grace of Lord Van Baelsar were you afforded a place here, and that in name alone. We have no need of your proposals, savage.
This savage yearns to hunt her own. The floor is yours, Commander.
Thank you, my lord.
Okay. Well, I mean, I figured they wouldn't take it lying down. Right then, I've got duties to attend to. Mayhap we could assist you with said duties. We are here to help, after all. The three of you have been busy, so I will understand if you require time to rest. If not, however, it would seem sensible to assist our allies with their preparations. We'd be grateful for any and all help you can offer. If you ask around, I guarantee you won't want for work. Slaying, aiming. Ananta Battle Maid. Hey, Snake Lady. The Ananta Battle Maid is not one to be trifled with. You look like a strider in search of comrades in need. If so, I have a task for you. I am a trainer, and I was told to expect new recruits this day, yet nary one has come. Perhaps they were given the wrong time or location, I do not know. They number 5 in all, these would-be warriors. Send them unto me, should you chance to find them. Okay, yeah, so it's just... Hey, go talk to the Snake Lady. There's a mode. Recompense. Devout recruit. Like a catacomb? I know I'm late, but I had to say a prayer for my sister first. After what the Imperials did to her, death was a mercy. Damn. Imperial swine. This. Everything's on this side. Is there a swim button? Pick up this other one too whilst we're here. Beavis. Beavis is certain he has seen you somewhere before. I beg your pardon, the woman who bested Gaius Van Balsar wishes to offer me her assistance. I say this is highly irregular, though I have heard it said you had a penchant for aiding the common man, in which case, before the occupation I was a humble historian, while my duties leave me scarce time for aught else. I think it important that these momentous events be recorded for the benefit of future generations. Primary sources are indispensable, and I had a mind to question a number of my fellow freedom fighters, ask them their motivations for taking up this cause, and so forth. You may take down their statements in this log, and thank you for your service, now and ever after. Okay. Where is... That's a lot of people to talk to. Good lord. Someone in this area I need to speak with, and just don't know to whom. Are they like hidden behind this thing? No, there's nothing behind it. Oh, there it is, yeah, okay. Oh, bugger, you were sent by the snake, weren't you? I heard 1 in 4 recruits doesn't live through their training. It can't be true, right? Oh, bugger, oh, bugger. There's something else down here. Temple of the Fist. Let's open up the dungeon. Rotmar. Why did I join the Resistance? Well, if you must know, it was to avenge a friend the Imperials butchered before my very eyes back in Alamigo. We owned a stall in the markets, and passing soldier snatched up a piece of fruit. He spoke out before I could stop him, only to get a foam of steel and gut for his troubles. I found my way here, and that was that. Okay. Is that the guy from the other town? I don't remember his name. I kind of like him. A lot of running around. Man, we'll probably put everything. I've just cut out the brakes. Yeah, everybody needs a break sometime. You gotta eat, you gotta go to the restroom, that sort of thing. And feed your addictions. Pickles and pizza and whatnot. I guess one of them's hidden over here somewhere. The teacher calls for me? I see. We were discussing strategies for disabling Magitech armor, you see, and yes, of course. There's no time, but you would excuse me. I was just a cook before all this. Simple fare, really. Had a chance to lend a hand and help feed some refugees one day. Took a liking to the fighters. They believed, you know? And there's always need for cooks, at least people who can work with whatever the foraging parties turn up. MSQ. Okay, where are you? Right there. 1,000 pardons. So preoccupied was I by the question of whether Alamigo should be a monarchy or republic that I neglected to attend my training. How silly, I know. Until we drive the Imperials from our lands, the question is moot. Making progress. Should we take that unlock quest? Huh, training. God, I was so busy practicing to impress the others that I completely forgot. Thank you. At least see what it offers. It might just be an ether current. I thought it might have been my job quest, but it's not. That there is a sightseeing log, unless I'm mistaken. Do you perchance know a woman named Millith? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, we need this. I did all my sightseeing log for A Realm Reborn at Heavensward. Ah, what are the odds? Millith is my niece, lest you wonder, and she told me much and more about you in her letters. Ah, but where are my manners? Ulgar Ironheart at your service. I'm an explorer like most of the clan, and my niece bade me share with you such knowledge I have accumulated. Here, lend me your log. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to do a sightseeing log until we finish MSQ, but unless we come across something obvious. Let's see now, definitely there, and there, and there, and there. Yes, that ought to suffice. I mean, half of you can't even reach without flying, so... My explorations have taken me far and wide, but dearest to my heart are the regions of Alamigo, beauteous in their ruggedness, and the lands of the Far East, glorious in their diversity. There are many wondrous sights to be seen in these places, and I've written down the directions to them. Some will prove more difficult to reach than others, but if you're even half as resourceful as Millith says you are, I'm confident that you will find them all. With that, I shall leave you to resume your adventures. Go forth, my friend, and take in such breathtaking vistas as even my father, the great Roderick Ironheart, could not see in his lifetime. Nice. Stormblood entries have been added to your sightseeing log. You must be level 60 or above to record Stormblood vistas. Travel to the location indicated and fulfill the necessary conditions, and you will complete the entry for that vista, earning experience points in the process. Use your wits and the notes provided by Ulgar to identify these stunning sights and the proper way to appreciate them, and see Alamigo and the Far East as only the greatest explorers have seen them. No, we're not going to bother with that right now. We talk to the material supplier and the exchange. Okay, this looks like it would be for like custom deliveries. Yeah, this looks like, yeah, that's for making stuff. Earn resistance tokens. Okay, well. Okay, we'll talk to the Ananta. All recruits are present and accounted for. My thanks to you, Strider. Not all appreciate the rigor with which I train my recruits. Some favor a gentler approach, as if the Imperials would be so kind. 'Tis a thankless job to teach, some say, but I say their survival is thanks enough. Fare you well. But yeah, people need training if they're gonna go to war. Why? Why indeed? To save lives, perhaps, or to make amends for the ones I couldn't. My father and my brothers were worked to death while building a castrum. What did it matter to the Garleans, eh? More, where that lot came from. After that, I couldn't keep on doing nothing. It's just... Everybody got a story, I suppose. Aren't you the Icon Slayer? Damned if I know why you'd bother asking someone like me why I joined the Resistance, but it's simple. If I wasn't fighting for Alamigo, I'd be fighting for the Empire. You're either with them or not, and if you're with them, you may as well make the most of it. Food, training, citizenship. If you live long enough, you'll die stealing someone else's land, like as not. But that's the choice. But me, I'd rather die here. Sorry. Honest, at least. Okay. I suppose we're making some sort of progress, right? Varalga's Reach. Everything's sunnier than Heaven's Word, that's for sure. You want to help, do you? Seeing as how I'm in no position to leave the stew pot unattended, could you go and ask Teb for a variety of herbs? 6 sprigs or so of whatever he's got on hand should suffice. It's not as haphazard as it may seem. Depending on the recipe, it doesn't really matter what sort you add, so long as you add something. I'll be here when you get back. Okay. Hebe. Hebe. Turn this one in. Well met. Have you spoken with the freedom fighters as I asked? As fascinating as they are varied. You have a knack for convincing others to bare their hearts to you. I could not have done better myself. Many years from now, when these tempestuous times pass into memory, their accounts will serve as a window into the struggle. We must never forget, my friend, never. Herbs, is it? 6 sprigs of whatever's on hand? Afraid I can't spare that much. You'll take 2 and be glad of it. The remainder you have to gather yourself. Shouldn't be too much of a bother, though. You'd be surprised what you can find growing underfoot, even in the Reach. The Reach. Fragrant herbs. Take 2. Real helpful. You're a hero of light, saver of worlds. Go pick some herbs. But we do, every little bit helps. It's Superman getting the cat out of the tree sort of thing. Where's this one at? There it is. Like a little too bright over here. Couldn't see it. Alright. We'll cut anything out. We're just gonna make several long videos. Oh, yeah, we'll cut out the breaks. Oh god. Oh god. You are. What are we at anyways? 62 still? I mean, we haven't done a whole lot yet, so... My horse is just gonna disappear. Boop. Dude. Saw that coming. Yeah, that should be all. We've helped the people, now we can do other stuff. Ah, there you are. Got those herbs I asked for? Thanks, that'll do nicely. And sorry to impose upon you, miss. Thought you were another new recruit. Didn't realize until after that you were, but to answer the question that's probably on your mind, yes. It's always like this, never enough food or supplies to go around. All the more reason to be grateful when our countrymen can spare some for the cause, though that comes at a cost too. Too many villages, too many children more deserving than us. But a man can't fight on an empty stomach, can he? So we partake as we must, and we never lose sight of the dream. Okay, so that should be it. Swarthy resistance fighter. Alright, token of faith. The swarthy resistance fighter is at wit's end. Okay. Okay. Damn it all, where could it have got to? Oh, pardon me, fellow lover of freedom and justice. You haven't seen a ward of a destroyer anywhere, have you? Maybe on the ground, as if a certain bloody fool had dropped it? Aye, I'd be him. I had it this morning, that much I know for certain, and I've not left the reach since, so it's got to be around here somewhere. If you've got a moment to spare, would you be willing to help me search? I spent some time near the Temple of the Fist earlier, so it might be there. As for me, I'll look around near the officer's pavilion. They're hardly rare, I know, and I could just as easily buy another, but even so, please help me find it. Like, go for this, go for that. I don't mind, it's just... it all serves a purpose, I get it. I get it in context too. What are you doing, Twitch? Remind me later, I don't want to deal with that right now. Why would you stop me in the middle of... better. I didn't think it would take so long to get to the first dungeon, to be honest with you. Ward of the Destroyer. No, I have no issue with it being long. I mean, it's an expansion. It should be a relative, like, decent length, right? But figured we'd have something open by now. I swear, I've searched high and low, but it just won't turn up. 7 Hells, that's the one. That's my lucky ward. You're a godsend, sister. Before I was born, my mother made a pilgrimage to the Temple of the Fist, where she, like many others, received the blessings of the monks. And then Theodoric came and burned it all to the ground, the mad bastard, and after him came the Garleans, who cared even less for our beliefs. But I still keep to the old ways, as do many others, and when my son is born, I'll teach him the stories and the scripture, as my mother taught me. That's nice.